You already know what time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up,
Episode 510, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pancakes and Powerslams Show. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. We are live and living, Culligan, funky like a monkey, if you will. As the countdown was going on, Sarge messaged me and said, "Thank you, sir. Hope I did good on your podcast." So big shout out to Dwayne Bruce, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker for being on Unscripted. PNP Nation, let's do this. Let's have some fun as we do as always. We're going to talk about the New Day Killa tonight. That is the name that I've christened Brock Lesnar, the New Day Killa. He has defeated two members of the New Day and taken their WWE Championships, Kofi Kingston and Big E. So he is the New Day Killa. And I'm sure there's some Ask Dr. Chris questions that has to do with the New Day Killa or the New Day. Chris Cooper is in the building. What's up, Chris? Episode 510. Hello, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Ricky. Kicking 2022 off with another first-time interview. Yes, indeed. He is my first time interviewing the Sarge. Good question, James. Do you see any surprise entries in the Royal Rumble this year? I can see Kane, Godfather, and Cena maybe. I don't see Cena. Godfather makes sense. Kane makes sense too. I can definitely see both of them in it. I can see the Hurricane in it. You know, that's the cool thing about the Royal Rumble, that they haven't really been doing as much lately. But there's 30 people in the Royal Rumble, okay? Typically, every single year, there's less than 5 people who have a chance of winning the Royal Rumble. All right, so there's 25 to 27 people in the Royal Rumble who don't have a shot of winning. So the fun part of the Royal Rumble is the surprise entrance. That's what makes the Royal Rumble exciting. Us finding out who's going to be the next person to be a part of the Royal Rumble. Are we going to get a surprise and things like that? That's the cool part of the Royal Rumble. But, you know, if it's just people on the roster who are already getting poorly booked, I don't care about that. Come on, I don't care about that. So I hope it's like 6 to 8 surprise entrances. I really hope there is, because again, there's only a few people who may win. Less than 5 people may win. Less than 5 people. So just give us like 6 to 8 surprise entrances and that'll be just fine. So yeah. As far as another surprise entrance, I mean, heck, why not Goldberg? Although I heard he was injured. He said he was injured really bad. Let me see. Let me give you one more surprise entrant. I'll say, I'm sure it's somebody from NXT. I can see Pete Dunne in it. I can see Johnny Gargano, perhaps. He's been in it before. So, yeah. Yeah, I can see a few NXT people be on there too. So, that's what we'll probably get for the Royal Rumble. We're finally getting Lesnar versus Lashley. Yes, but it looks like a blow-off match, which is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. That is a WrestleMania match. There are not many, if any, although I did see some. I'm not a CM Punk guy, although I'm okay with CM Punk and AEW, actually. Many people here on the PNP, on Pancakes and Powerslams, know that I am 100% not a CM Punk guy by any stretch. However, I'm okay with him in AEW. I think I'm okay. I'm gonna CM Punk's okay with me, when it comes to AEW. Although I definitely see the wave coming down as far as the fan entrance. Unfortunately, the fans are like that. Fans are very fickle, as Daniel Bryan would say. Fickle, very fickle. Very true. So, honeymoon stage is just about over with CM Punk, but he's CM Punk, so I think he'll be fine. Weird type of twist that they did with MJF feud. It was weird. It went to a 6-man match, and that was the end of the feud. And then he cut a promo saying, "I'm done." That was weird. That was weird. But I did hear that CM Punk wants to go against Kazuchika Okada, which is super fun. Speaking of that, I've watched probably about an hour of Wrestle Kingdom, the first one, the day one. So don't tell me what happened. I'll probably be watching it over the next few days. I plan on watching some at the gym tomorrow morning. And yeah, I've watched the last match I watched was let me find out. I'm going to find out what the last match I watched was. About to log in to my account right now. Find out what the last match was that I looked at. Show and Yo, I saw that. Okay, so yeah, it's probably I'm over 2 hours in. Okay, yeah, the 6-man match when Tanahashi was beating up Kenta with the kendo stick. Will Ospreay, I saw that match. Ospreay won. Well, Ospreay's team won with Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb. So I'm over 2.5 hours in right now. Narita. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Oh. Shibata. Oh, very nice. Man, he's been gone for almost 5 years, and he's back. Well, I knew that Shibata was coming back, but last match I saw was before Shibata came back. So yeah, I'm gonna watch. So I got Wrestle Kingdom right here on the other end. So, man, I remember Shibata, one of my favorite matches in the history of Wrestle Kingdom, and I've watched them probably for about the last 6 or 7 years. As far as a yearly perspective is, one of my favorite Wrestle Kingdom matches was Katsuyori Shibata against Pitbull, Ishii, Tomohiro Ishii. Man, what a match! Crazy match. But yeah, as far as Lesnar and Lashley, it's a WrestleMania match. I mean, blowing it off at the Royal Rumble is a horrible idea. I can't believe that's actually a thing. That's ridiculous. Vince has aged very badly, unfortunately. Lonzo, what's up? Thoughts on it? We just announcing there's going to be the Rumble. Why can't we just have them do a random draw from a hat to see who's interested? No surprises anymore. Yeah, there are no surprises, unfortunately. But Dion's asking, what would be an 80s, 90s wrestler match versus today's superstars, say Warrior versus Reigns? That would be interesting. How about a tag match, MJF and Rick Rude against Rick Rude and MJF against Hulk Hogan and John Cena. There you go. MJF and Rick Rude against Hulk Hogan and John Cena. Why does WWE insist on upsetting us black wrestling fans? Kofi and Bianca now Biggie. Yeah, I agree, man. Just all three of those cases made no sense. Absolutely no sense. You know, Kofi had a 6-month reign, so I'll give him that. You know, I'll give him that at least. He beat some, he had some reputable matches. He had a 6-month reign, so I'll give him that much. But Biggie had a about a 3.5-month reign, and he did beat some. He beat Drew. Crown Jewel. That was good. He beat Lashley in a cage match. That was good. But I actually posted on Wrestling Rumors earlier the number of people that he lost to in only his 3.5-month reign as champion. Let me see. I put lost to Roman in a triple threat match in Bloodline of Trios. And a week later, after he won the title, he lost to Usos by count out on October 10th. November 15th, he lost to Rollins and the Usos. Survivor Series, he lost to Roman. By DQ, he lost to Kevin Owens November 29th. He lost to Bobby Lashley on December 13th, and he lost the title to Brock at Day 1. So and I captioned it, "What a way to make Big E a star, eh?" I mean, just terrible, just absolutely horrible. Dez in the building. What's up, my man? Aaron in the building. Reign was pretty flat. Reign was pretty flat because he wasn't booked big. You gotta book big. You gotta book big. If you want to make a star, you gotta book him big. Big E, he lost 2 matches. Right after he won the title, didn't get booked big. He was having matches in the beginning of the show, mid-card matches, coming in first, coming in, not coming in last in matches. There were so many things about Big E's run that just made him look like another one of the guys. And that is a terrible way to book your champion. You cannot make your champion look like one of the guys. Because what is so interesting, like what stands out about your champion? If your champion is booked in the same way as everybody else is, it doesn't stand out. So, of course, he's going to look like everybody else if he's been booked like everybody else. And if he's being booked like everybody else, he doesn't stand out. And if he doesn't stand out, he's not a good champion. He's not good. He's not booked as a good champion. Yeah, man. So the only thing we have to do is win. The only thing, in order to clinch that AFC bye, we just have to beat Houston this weekend. That's it. Lost to them, unfortunately, one time this year. But that's it. Chiefs lost to the Bengals by 3. That helped us very much. And so if we win, we got the number 1 seed. Come on, Titans. Don't do it. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. You think I like NXT? Okay, Chris, I will watch NXT. sometime tomorrow or Thursday. All right, I'll watch it. I'll let you know. No, I don't see that. Although he's a New Day Killa, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't doubt if he did that. Do I think Big E's going to be pushed as mid-card? Yeah, I think he's going to be pushed as mid-card. I think he's going back to mid-card, unfortunately. Does he go back to New Day? I can definitely see that happening during a draft. So, get something to drink real quick. Get some water. As a podcaster, I literally talk every day, all day, okay, as a therapist. So I listen a lot and I talk a lot, all right, for the whole day. I listen to my clients and I talk because I have a lot of advice to share. So talk. And then I come home and I podcast. And so I talk. So this is my second show. So I need a water break. There we go. Much better. So as I'm hanging out with the PNP Nation, I'm looking at Katsuyori Shibata wrestle for the first time in 5 years on New Japan World on watching Wrestle Kingdom. Yes, it was a horrible way to take it off of Kofi. I agree. Michael's asking for the Women's Rumble. They will have to tap into NXT and Legends to come up with 30. I agree. Yep. I can see like a Medusa coming back, Victoria coming back. And I definitely see a bunch of NXT wrestlers. Who does the head of the table face at the Rumble? Ooh, I can see Xavier Woods. That wouldn't surprise me. But who do you have? I mean, who is there? The baby faces are so weak now. So weak. Undertaker, the Royal Rumble? No, I don't see that. Almost versus the Undertaker WrestleMania? No, definitely no. No. Overall thoughts. There was some, I like the Atlanta crowd. The Atlanta crowd made the event interesting. It had a party type of feel to it at times. With the exception of Brock being on the show, it felt like a glorified Raw. It was okay. I mean, yeah, it had a vibrant feel to it, which I appreciate. I'll give them that, but wasn't terrible. I give it about a C plus, B minus, B minus. I give it a B minus. Yeah, about C plus. New Day turn heel? No, I don't think New Day should turn heel. That's not going to do anything. Ricky can see Brock Lesnar beating Lesnar so they can still have Lesnar versus Reigns at Mania. See, who's going to be a babyface here with Lashley and Lesnar? Are they keeping Lesnar babyface now? Even with Heyman being with them and cutting heel promos? So, just odd. It's just really odd. There have been some rumors of Lashley beating Lesnar. So if Lashley beats Lesnar, and plus the thing is, if Lashley, I wouldn't see. It's a conundrum because I don't want Lashley to beat Lesnar because that means Lesnar would beat Reigns, and just like the streak, you've built Roman Reigns having the title for this long, just to lose it to Brock Lesnar. He hasn't been pinned in a singles match in nearly a year and a half. And you break all that, like he's ready made to make a babyface right now. And it would be typical WWE terribleness if they have Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns. That would be absolutely atrocious. New Japan back on Access. Very nice. Very, very nice. What makes Vince McMahon a narcissist? We talked about it on Legion of Raw. Vince Russo would explain that a little better because he worked with them. But the gist of it is basically painting a picture of another version of you that's not the real you, and then trying to veer people away. Not admitting wrongs. It's everybody else's fault. Those are things. Those are things. Let's see. One second. Oh, Shibata just won. Oh, PK. Nailed him. Tina says, hey, Dr. Chris. Hi, Dr. Chris. I'm very sad about Big E. Me too. However, Brock's my favorite, so I'm so excited about him wrestling. Lastly, don't know what that needs. Don't know why that needs a title go. No, I agree. I don't know why it needs a title either. Yeah, Lesnar didn't have to win the title. It was pointless, especially if they're talking about Lesnar versus Reigns at Mania again for the sixth time. For the sixth time. Horrible. I was, you know what I thought about that game, Aaron? It was a fun game if you aren't a fan of Ohio State or Utah. That's basically the best way to describe it. And since I am an Ohio State fan and Ohio State won, it was a fun game in hindsight because if I watch it again, I'll be able to enjoy it knowing that Ohio State won. But at the same time, as a diehard Ohio State fan, I'm very disappointed in our defense the first half and the fourth quarter. Third quarter, we did pretty good, actually. We only held them to 3 points in the third quarter. So, but first half defense, horrible. Michigan defense was horrible. Oregon defense was horrible. Struggling against Minnesota defensively. I mean, we had, even Tulsa, like, we were just letting people rack up points on us. It was horrible. Offensively, we actually have the best offense in the country, statistically. So, but the good thing is we have Knowles from Oklahoma State. He's coming in as defensive coordinator. That's going to be cool. And also, we've got Jackson Smith and Jigba. We've got Marvin Harrison Jr. We've got Julian Fleming. We've got another strong three. Just like we had Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's funny because Chris Olave had the leadership role and Wilson and Smith and Jigba was kind of like the protege, so to speak. But now Jackson Smith and Jigba's taking that leadership role. And, if that Utah game, and Utah's tough, and they smoked Oregon twice, and Utah was good this year. But I'm telling you, if what we saw at the Utah game, if what we saw is an indicator of what we're going to see next season, you're going to Thursday, March 3rd. Actually, so whoever said something about Access, I think it was you, Chris. I just saw a commercial of them saying it's going to be March the 3rd on Access. But if what we saw against Utah is an indication of what we're going to see this season, both CJ Stroud and JSN are going to be going to New York for the Heisman race. Absolutely. Biggie's affiliation to the New Day held him back along with bad booking. Tend to think that Biggie at times can be a little too silly to take serious as a champion. I don't think with the New Day held him back. I think the New Day actually helped him because when he was a heel, when he was with Ziggler, that didn't work. When he was by himself as a babyface, that didn't work. I think the New Day has helped all three of them dramatically. I mean, substantially. Kofi was just kind of mid-card haven doing his SOS thing. Xavier Woods didn't really – I mean, he wasn't really doing anything at that time. He was coming from TNA and spent some time in FCW. So, you know, it's one of those things that he built character, and that really, really, really put him over. So, I think the New Day helped him drastically. And people to saying turn heel, that's not going to do anything. Mike's in the building. What's up, my man? Yeah, it's just horrible, man. I just the New Day should not be broken up. All of them have said that, and they've lobbied not to break up, which I think is a fantastic idea because none of them alone will make the Hall of Fame. But the New Day, 100% shoe-in Hall of Famers. Without a doubt, shoe-in Hall of Famers. But the problem is I don't have any issue with the New Day being together. I have zero issue. There's no need to break. I can't stand knee-jerk decisions. As a psychology doctor, there's hardly ever any benefit to knee-jerk decisions because you typically end up going back to what you were used to. And with the New Day, it's similar to when the Dudley split up during the split back in 2002, when we got Reverend Devon and all that, and they went right back to Dudley's because it was just like, what is this? And so I don't see the New Day splitting up. There would be no benefit. The WWE books so poorly now that a heel turn, bad booking, I mean, like a tag team split or anything none of that means nothing anymore. Because I shared with on the Legion of Honor with Vince Russo, everybody's booked like this. So the radical shift and the impact of someone actually turning doesn't mean anything. It doesn't, like if someone's a big old baby face and then whoom turns heel, that's a big deal. Shawn Michaels, one of the most popular baby faces at the time with the Rockers. The bigger you are in your character, if you make the turn, of course, Hogan, arguably, but I really don't know anyone else who tops him. The best heel turn of all time because he was a baby face for so long. And so Reigns turning heel was a good thing because he was a babyface for so long. And so those turns mean something when your character is built higher. The higher the character, the higher the impact of the turn. And everybody's just here. Everybody's just mid-card. And so if someone turns, it's like, perfect example. When Kevin Owens turned heel, I don't care. He was booked so mid-card that the turn didn't mean anything. So Turns are terrible nowadays, man. Terrible. Someone is could you do your fencing? Man, oh, what's for the whole show? Yeah. Mr. Man, for the whole show. There's a good chance I do it for the whole show. Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom is Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. And what you need to know is that you really need to understand that I really enjoy New Japan Pro Wrestling. I really enjoy Wrestle Kingdom every year. And I wish I had some people in the WWE from New Japan. There you go. Oh, goodness. How would I book Omos going forward? I wouldn't book him. He'd be back in security for Raw Underground. I think he could benefit from a manager like Malcolm Bivens. I suppose. But he's so green, though. He's so green. So green. Odds Big E would ever hold the belt again, 10% or less. I would say 7%. No, Liv Morgan's not ready to have the strap. I agree. Big E, I've considered that. I wouldn't mind if they do this right, if they actually have Big E beat Roman Reigns. Now, I would be fine with Big E being the one to dethrone Roman Reigns after all the time that Roman Reigns has built up. I think if you have anybody do it, you have Big E do it. And actually, you know what would be very, very interesting? We saw the Bloodline and the New Day. And so I think it would be really interesting if Big E actually won the Royal Rumble and you do a match with the New Day versus the Usos at Mania. New Day wins. And then you have Big E versus Roman at Mania, and Big E wins. And then you have a big New Day revival. I mean, that would be a really, really a cool way to revive the New Day as baby faces. I think that would be an awesome feel-good moment at Mania. And at the end of the Mania, I would do night 2. I would make that a night 2 thing too. At the end of Mania, everybody celebrates. It would have that Kofi style feeling if the New Day wins. I would have the New Day versus the Usos headline day 1 at the WrestleMania. Or I would, at least semi-main, because you would probably have the WWE Championship main on day 1. I would have them semi-main on day 1. Or you know what, you can open. I would open the show with the New Day versus the Usos on day 2, or semi-main day 1. Yeah, I would semi-main day 1. Although if Brock Lesnar has the WWE Championship, he wouldn't want to go behind New Day versus Usos, because that's a show stealer in and of itself right there. So I think if Brock Lesnar has his say, that wouldn't happen. So perhaps New Day opens up day 2. Big E and Roman closes day 2. New Day wins and beats the Usos on the opener day 2, and then Big E beats Roman the opener day 2, and there you go. Big feel good moment for WrestleMania. I'm down with that for sure. Yes, they do pay him a lot. Yeah, the Raiders did help the help the Titans out. That was super cool. The Raiders. Kudos to John Madden too, man. That's you know, big shout out, big shout out to the career of John Madden, praying for his family and friends for the loss. So, but yeah, Raiders beat the Colts, and that helped the Titans. So, good stuff. Got a few more. I'm gonna close up so I can get some relaxing. Why is Brock going on SmackDown to maybe either put a bow in his feud with Roman or continue to tease it? Let's see. Few more. Need to stop booking Brock this way. There's no thrill. It's funny because there's so many people who said, okay, well, you got part-time Goldberg and he comes and beats people. But Brock Lesnar literally comes in, suplexes people consecutive times, and he comes in a match. He comes in and he beats a full-time wrestler. He beat Kofi. He beat Seth. He beat Big E. Like, he comes in and beats wrestlers who've been busting their butt for full time, and he beats them. So, very interesting hypocrisy there. And you could be developing a baby face. And that's why I said I don't want to see Lesnar come back as babyface. I'm telling y'all, man, I be thinking about this stuff. I think I begin with the end in mind, and most of the time, and I just didn't see a babyface being helped by Lesnar coming in and doing starting a program with Reigns, because when I've said this on the show, I didn't want Lesnar to come as a babyface. It was cool to see in a way, but at the end of the day, there was no new babyface that was developed from Brock Lesnar being here. From Brock Lesnar coming in as a babyface, no new babyface developed from this. So, and it proves my point. Let's see what else we have. Ask Dr. Chris. Brock. Trying to ask Dr. Chris. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed day one. But my thing is, how did WWE go from putting on a decent pay-per-view Saturday back to a horrible Raw Monday? Yeah. Day one was okay. It was decent. Like I said, it had a party style feel to it. The crowd, I think the crowd being the way it was helped. It felt like another Raw mostly, but I think the crowd helped. That's why crowds are very, very important when it comes to wrestling. Lonzo's asking, when Alexa Bliss returns to Raw soon, would you have her return as Little Miss Bliss, old Alexa, or Fiend Creepy Alexa? Well, Fiend Creepy Alexa is pretty much done because, one, I was actually at Extreme Rules when Charlotte tore up Lily. But Charlotte's on SmackDown now, and Alexa Bliss is on Raw. So, I don't know. Maybe a combination of the two. I don't even know if WWE knows. So, she's had so many different variations of things. Benoit and Eddie Guerrero hugging it out. Mania is the greatest ending to a Mania. Do you agree? I can't think of a better ending. I suppose. I think Warrior winning at WrestleMania 6 was pretty cool to see personally. That was pretty cool to see. Yeah, I mean, as far as feel good moment, ending. Yeah, I mean, Kofi winning was really cool, but that wasn't an ending though. Ohio State has some weapons. You better believe it, brother. Diz. You know what? another unfair part about OSU versus Michigan is, you know how we alternate years, and so it'll be in the shoe in November. So this year, Ohio State, it's been 4 years since Ohio State has competed at home against Michigan. Why? Because 2018 they went against Ohio. They competed at home. 2019 they went against Michigan in Ann Arbor at the Big House. 2020 Michigan flaked out when it was supposed to be in the shoe. 2021 they went against Michigan at the Big House. 2022, a 4-year stretch of not competing against Ohio State at home. But I'm telling you, we got to get our defense together. If we have a above average defense, we will be winning the national championship, hands down. We have an amazing offense. The refs helped beat my Chiefs, of course, Chris. All right, we got a few more minutes left. We're about to close it up, but before we go, ladies and gentlemen, favorite memory of Betty Wright. I used to love the Golden Girls. I used to. She's one of my favorite comedians of all time because I used to love the Golden Girls. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, bringing in my boy Evan Tech Proud. How are you, brother?
What's up, man? I'm here. Did I just hear 2001 is dead?
Yeah, man. 2001 is dead. Oh, I got Kurt Angle's
yes. That ain't me.
There we go. There we go.
Shout out to my man Kurt. I interviewed Kurt 2 times and great guy. I know you and I fought with the COVID. I'm still here.
How many current WWE male superstars check all the boxes to be top guy? I mean, what are the boxes nowadays? Chris Harris.
Not sure what you.
I don't know what that means. Next trivia nights. I'll say the Tuesday before Rumble. Yeah, Tuesday before. It's
gonna be me versus what's my man?
Versus Danny D. He won the fantasy football championship. Congratulations.
Here we go.
Elvis was ready. He was ready for this one.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you this.
Happy New Year from Ricky.
What's up, Ricky? Tell you this, man. Injuries is a big part of sport. And like someone said, with John Harbaugh with Lamar, when he had Ray Lewis, had a winning record.
Yeah.
His injuries mess up. So, I mean, hopefully we beat the Steelers, Big Ben's last game, and shout out to the Steelers. Big Ben had a great career. And, we got next year. King Henry should be back tomorrow.
Yep.
So, Titans, and it's all good. I don't know, y'all covered it, man. I was surprised that I had a little bet with my staff yesterday, laying in bed, and said Big E going to win the Fatal 4-Way. Then it's going to be Lashley against Brock for Mania. And then I wake up and find out Lashley won. Lashley against Brock at the Rumble. Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I feel like they hot shot it, man. I feel like there's something you could have.
Yeah. They just wanted to create something different, some buzz for day one, because with Roman gone, they probably wasn't gonna. It was gonna feel like another Raw. Favorite Royal Rumble 30-man match. Ooh.
Besides 92, because everybody 92 is the GOAT. Besides 92.
I like the one that Taker won with him and Michael's last one. That was what, 07?
Yeah, the whole. Now, do you like that ending, or do you like the whole 30? The whole.
I enjoyed the match. think that was 07 and Taker won, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taker, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I liked 07.
For me,
Flair was number one. He was the number one pick, number one draw.
For me, I would say besides 92, 03, Brock won.
Brock.
The whole Rumble was cool. All the different storylines, Michaels and Jericho.
Yeah, that was really good.
Then I would say 07.
The Benoit one was good too.
04. Yeah, Benoit was
04. Good. Yeah, when he beat Big Show. So, speaking of Danny D, he said, I made it. Yes, we are going to Mania this year.
Back to Texas. Is that when we first met? Face to face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was Orlando. That was the first
33.
Mania I went to. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to my brother Mike Ryan, who the Mania story when last time Mania was in Texas, 32. And I built a possum inside my hotel room.
Oh man, yeah, we were speaking about you, Danny. We're gonna bring you on for Evil beat Ishii to win the Never Championship. But have I ever went live during any pay-per-view? Would I ever do it? I don't know. Maybe I have. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have. I've done. I was live for Extreme Rules actually.
Yeah, you did.
When it was in Columbus. Yeah.
You did a couple.
And I probably will most likely for Rumble and Raw will be here in February. It's not a pay-per-view, but I'll be live for that. But I usually do like kind of pre-show lives beforehand. So cool, y'all. Stop mixing. Bring you on for Rumble trivia the week before Rumble. So get your trivia ready. I don't know, Ricky. Am I going to the Rumble? I was asked to go to the Rumble.
That's in St. Louis, right?
It's St. Louis. Yep. I am not. I don't know. It just depends on my schedule, man. I may make it. I may make it. I'm not. I was asked, so we'll see.
Well, you got winning. You got Lashley against Brock. Unless they're going to have a rematch at Mania.
No, I don't see a rematch at Mania. So I have my theory is my theory is, well, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll be cool with it. Big E wins the Royal Rumble, goes against he goes over to SmackDown,
goes against Reigns.
You have New Day go against the Usos
for the
tag titles at Mania, and they beat them on night 2, open night 2, and then you have Big E beat Roman Reigns to close night 2, and you have a feel good moment of the New Day celebrating at Mania. That would be pretty dope.
What about Brock?
I think Brock goes against probably. I think Brock can stay on Raw. They should at least. The only thing is, do you do a rematch against
Lashley?
It depends. It depends on who's facing heel. Right now, they're not building their faces well at all. It's just. Is he a face? It seems like he was a heel again with Heyman. Yeah. But I think we're going to see Drew and Roman though.
Wow.
Did
we see that a few years ago, which no one cared about?
We did.
Some of that, I got it.
Yeah, it was in New York. Yeah, people were like, "What?"
No one cared about that match.
Yeah. Cool. Brock loses the Rumble, then enters the Rumble and wins to face Roman at Mania. Oh, Lord. Another continuing to blow people's spots. Do you like the Raiders more or the Titans?
Titans, man.
That's right.
Tennessee Titans, the Oilers.
Did we ever figure why Lex Luger always pointed with his thumb when he did his promos? When he did his promos, he always pointed with his thumb.
He always did that slow.
Box to check promo and ring ability, how they present themselves, ability to get heat or cheers. I would say Drew and Roman and Orton and AJ are top stars. That's really it nowadays.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. All right, y'all. Let me give me some rest, man. And Evan's going to get him some rest too, man. So I've got I'm over 3 hours in Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 right now. I'm gonna watch some more. Hiroki Goto is coming in the ring, and Yoshihashi is coming in the ring as well. So it looks like they won the World Tag League, so that's pretty cool. So
yeah, I'll probably catch up with you later this week.
Yeah. So there's 3 days of
Three?
there's
Gosh.
the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So there's the 4th and 5th because Wrestle Kingdom's 2 days now, and then you have New Year Dash right after. So yeah,
Well, you know how thanks, Christopher. You know how it's also we were for that New Japan show at the Garden.
Oh, at the Gatton. The one that Enzo and Cass calls the show at.
Man, we were wiped.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Yeah. First time in the Gatton. That was a really cool experience, though, man. I mean, as a wrestling fan, I dreamed of just stepping foot in the Garden and, to do it free of charge and, as a member of the press. I think I actually still have it. Yeah, it's right over there. My media pass is right over there on my wall. So pretty cool. All right, my man. Let the listeners know, man, where to find you before you get some rest, before I get some rest, too.
You can find me on Twitter at Tacky. You see down here. Did the Liga.
Yep.
At Tack_UTMR. Follow me on YouTube. I'm Little Matt Radio.
And follow me at Chris Prolific. Room tour one day. Maybe, man. Maybe.
Here's a little funny game to play. If you go back and watch the Raws and Nitros, think about how many times Nitro ended with Savage laid out, and then go back and watch Raw. How many Raws ended with either Shawn Michaels or The Rock laid out?
Wow.
Rock. I do The Rock.
Right.
How we just started.
Alonzo asks, could I see Drew beating Roman for Universal Title Mania so he finally gets world title win in Mania in front of the crowd? Yeah, I think that I actually think that it is going to happen, actually. So cool, man. At Tech_UTMR at Chris Prolific with the Lex Point. Episode 510 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Until next week, enjoy Record Wrestling. God bless, and always remember, I'll do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. No, not like this. No.